Mo mọ̀ pé bí lẹ máa wẹ̀. Mo mọ̀ pé bí lẹ́yìn méjì máa wà. Ṣé ìwọ ọmọ olórí burúkú yìí? Okay. Má bọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kí ni nǹkan tó ṣe pẹ̀lú ọkọ mi bí? You are very stupid. Ìwọ wá sí méjì pẹ̀lú ọkọ mi bí báyìí. Mo rọ́gọ. Ní lounge. Sorry, àbọ̀ abáni ti tẹ̀. Mi ò bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́jọ́. Ìwọ wá báyìí. Ṣọmọdé àbí kí ni wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀? Ṣé mo ti ní kí mi gbọ́dọ̀ rí ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọkọ mi mọ́? Kí ló ń ṣe pẹ̀lú ọkọ mi?
Farabalẹ̀ ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sọ fún ẹ tó ń ṣe ní wípé àwa kò mí tì ní.
Sọ́ọ́rí bí ìwọ ọmọbìnrin ṣe ní mi lára.
Bá a ṣe jáde síta ń sọ, ìkúnlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló wà tí mo ní ìdíje má kúnlẹ̀ fún mi ta gbangba àti kúrò nínú.
Kí ló dé tó ń parọ́? Tí mo rí ẹgbàá tẹ́ méjì lọ́mọdé ayé mẹ́rin. Bóbí mi ò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ ẹni tí ọ̀rọ̀ mi àti ẹ̀ di ilé. Ṣé o fẹ́ gbọ́? Ṣé ìwọ ọmọ lórí burúkú yìí? Bó ṣe wà yìí, o fẹ́ da ilé mi rú àbí? O fẹ́ da ilé mi rú, àmọ́ kó tó da ilé mi rú, èmi ká balẹ̀ ayé ẹ̀ jẹ́.
But mi mọ rí tẹ fi ń pòṣe sí mi o.
Mo fi wọ́n lẹ̀ máa lọ.
Kí fi wọ́n lẹ̀ àbí? Kò yé mi o. Okay, no problem.
Ẹjọ́ òfò yìí
náà. Ẹjọ́ yìí náà ṣáá ni, àfi bí àfiṣe. Ọ̀rẹ́, mo ti sọ fún ẹ pààrọ̀ aṣọ.
No, má ní sùúrù, ṣé tó bá pààrọ̀ aṣọ, ṣé kó múra bí oníhòhò bíi ti ẹni? Orí báṣọ ṣe ya mọ́ ẹ lọ́rùn. Mo rò pé pọ́pì yín tó ń gbó ló ya aṣọ lọ́rùn ẹ.
Èsì burúkú yìí náà ni ṣọ́ọ̀fì ṣe yín ni èsì lẹ́mọ̀ọ́ fún yàn. Èsì yìí ni tálíkà alágídí.
No, ṣọ́n kó wọ́wọ́ tẹ̀lé àpò tiẹ̀, ìwọ kọ́ ni mò ń bá wí òun.
Démi, bí mo yẹ wà sẹ́ksì yìí lẹ́ni mo.
Peter tí wọn kémi náà ti sọ fún ẹ rí pé pààrọ̀ aṣọ kó pààrọ̀ rẹ̀.
Ṣé ìwọ nìkan ló wá àbáwọn tó kù sí wà bẹ́ẹ̀kan? Ìwọ nìkan ni àwọn ọlọ́pàá ẹ̀dá wọn ò sí ń bí. Dídé sókè mi ti sọ̀rọ̀ tán.
Nǹkan tẹ́ bá fẹ́ máa ṣe fún. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ bá ti fẹ́ máa ṣe fún.
Kọ́ńtráktọ̀ olóṣèlú ohun tó mèmí sí nìyẹn. Pòfẹ́sọ̀ onámọ̀wọ́ sí. Kí ló dé tó ń bá mi do kọ́ńtráktọ̀ mi? Ó wá lọ gbàṣẹ́ mọ́ èmi lọ́wọ́. Kò ní dáa fún ẹ. Kò ní yẹ. Wọ́n máa wá etí. Lẹ́mi. Mo gbà. Ikú lè rí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ o.
Are you out of your sense? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Tó bá yẹ pé mi ń ṣe èèyàn tó careful ní the steering báyẹn tí mo bá lọ hit ẹ̀ tí n bá pa kí ló máa sọ pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀?
Keep quiet. I want to help your life.
Ó jẹ́ ẹ̀pà rẹ̀ wọ́n tó need help tó ń sọ pé wọ́n máa help life tèmi. Who are you? Ta ni ẹ gan-an?
I am Alágbàwí.
Òkúrin.
Orúkọ táwọn èèyàn ń pè mí nìyẹn.
Ọ̀gbẹ́ni mò ń kọjú kúrò lọ́nà fún mi jẹ́ kí n máa lọ.
Here you go.
Olúwa o.
Adémọ́lá Onítìrí.
Ta ló sọ orúkọ mi fún ẹ?
Nila látẹ̀.
Mo dáná.
Hama àti Táíwò.
Wèrè tún lórúkọ màámi, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Babaláku bàbá ẹ̀ ni wèrè.
Orí ẹ ti dàrú. Jọ, kí ló kàn mí nípa para ni ẹ? Ń pẹ́ kára tó ni ẹ pa. Ìwọ lórí burúkú má ṣàǹfààní.
Ẹ̀jọ̀ mi náà, ẹ̀jọ̀ tí ẹ̀yẹ̀ dé fún mi, ìtọ́gbọ̀n mi dandan yẹn náà mo bẹ́ẹ̀ tán.
Bí ẹ kò tọ̀ síbi tó wà yẹn, kò dẹ̀ kú síbẹ̀, tọ̀ síbẹ̀ yẹn.
Mo bẹ́ẹ̀ tán, but ọ̀pá àtọ̀ mi ti tó dínú, ẹ bá mi fà yan.
Ọ̀pá àtọ̀ rẹ kó sínú.
Ọ̀pá àtọ̀ mi tó dínú, ẹ bá mi fà yan.
Ìwọ náà ṣì wà láyé, orí ẹ ti dàrú.
Welcome back to Naija Films Recap. If there's one actor who always steals the show with his commanding presence, emotional range, and unforgettable expressions, it's Odunlade Adekola. Today, we're counting down the top 5 Odunlade Adekola movies you must watch. Get ready for betrayals, supernatural power struggles, shocking revelations, and the kind of twists that only Nollywood can deliver. We're going from number 5 all the way to the ultimate number 1. Let's dive in. We begin our countdown with Aditun Olorun, a story that blurs the line between madness and divine calling. In this powerful drama, Odunlade Adekola plays a man everyone in his community calls the Mad One. He wanders the streets, speaking in riddles, warning of unseen dangers, and offering prayers that no one takes seriously. But what no one realizes is that his words carry power, the kind only heaven can give. From the very first scene, the movie challenges your perception of what's real and what's divine. A young woman on the brink of death encounters him by chance, and what happens next becomes the spark that reveals his true nature. Through each encounter, a grieving mother, a corrupt pastor, a man plotting revenge, Odunlade's character appears just when they need him most, though never in the way they expect. The beauty of Aditun Olorun lies in its simplicity and faith-driven depth. The cinematography captures both the chaos of human struggle and the calm of divine timing. Odunlade's performance is one of restraint and mystery. You can never quite tell if he's losing his mind or carrying a message too heavy for mortals to understand. As the story unfolds, you'll notice subtle clues that point to a greater hand, guiding every event. A few moments will leave you speechless. Others will bring tears, and by the end, you'll be forced to ask yourself, do miracles really make sense? Or must we believe them before they do? Aditun Olorun earns its spot at number 5 because it does what few films dare. It turns brokenness into purpose and shows that sometimes the vessel God chooses is the one the world rejects. Stay tuned. Number 4 is where things start to get even more intense. At number 4, we step into a haunting mix of power, pain, and redemption. Ofon. This 2025 Yoruba drama unfolds like a spiritual thriller, weaving the supernatural with the raw emotions of betrayal and vengeance. The film follows Ofon, a woman whose life is shattered by the man who should have protected her. Her husband, consumed by greed, sacrifices their unborn child in a dark ritual to gain wealth. The price of his success is devastating. Ofon's memory is erased, her sanity stolen, leaving her wandering through life as a shell of who she once was. But fate, as always, doesn't stay silent. When the spell unexpectedly breaks, Ofon awakens, and she remembers everything. What follows is not a typical revenge story, but a rebirth. She emerges stronger, her pain now her weapon, her voice carrying a strange new power that draws others to her. Before long, she leads a group of followers. A cult, some say. But the question lingers. Is she serving vengeance, or has she become an instrument of divine justice? The cinematography deepens the mystery. Each scene feels charged with spiritual tension. Rituals bathed in eerie light, whispers from unseen realms, and quiet moments where Ofon confronts her past with chilling calm. Odunlade Adekola's role grounds the story, bringing intensity and conflict as the world struggles to understand whether Ofon's rise is a blessing or a curse. Ofon stands out not just for its gripping plot, but for how it explores the thin line between punishment and redemption. It's a story of loss turned into power, of betrayal answered by the heavens themselves. And just when you think you've seen her final act, the film reminds you that divine justice doesn't always end where you expect. That's why Ofon claims the number 4 spot in our countdown. A spiritual drama that leaves your heart racing and your mind questioning who truly holds the power, man or God. Stay tuned. Number 3 takes us into a world where love, loyalty, and fate collide. At number 3, we have Iyawo Mi, a gripping tale of secrets, betrayal, and a marriage on the edge of collapse. Odunlade Adekola plays Akin, a man whose charm hides a dangerous weakness. From the very first scene, we see him caught in the arms of one of his female staff, only to be confronted by his furious wife. That clash sets the tone for the movie. fiery arguments, public humiliation, and a relationship crumbling under the weight of lies. But Iyawo Mi doesn't stop at just marital drama. Akin's brother, a drunkard with a chip on his shoulder, barges into his life demanding money, sparking family feuds that grow nastier with each scene. Meanwhile, Akin's womanizing gets riskier, with his wife even threatening to disgrace his mistresses in public. The pressure builds like a storm ready to break. The turning point comes on Akin's birthday. His staff celebrate him with gifts and wine, but in the middle of the festivities, tragedy strikes. One drink, one moment, and Akin collapses before everyone's eyes. Was it poison? If so, who slipped it in? His angry brother, his long-suffering wife, or one of the women entangled in his affairs? From that moment, the story becomes a web of suspicion and shocking revelations. Every character carries a secret. Every motive looks deadly, and the truth threatens to tear the family apart forever. Iyawo Mi keeps you guessing until the very end. It's not just about one man's fall. It's about how betrayal, pride, and hidden sins can destroy everyone connected to him. That's why it takes our number 3 spot in this countdown. At number 2, we have Inai Cisi, a film that blends the supernatural with raw human emotion. It tells the story of Jide, a young man whose life is shattered by betrayal and violence, but whose mother refuses to let him go. What begins as a desperate act of love turns into a chain of rituals, power struggles, and heartbreaking choices. Odunlade Adekola delivers a striking performance as Kunli, whose quiet resilience becomes a counterpoint to the chaos surrounding Jide and his family. Alongside him, the film explores betrayal in relationships, the weight of sacrifice, and the dangerous cost of chasing power. Without giving too much away, Esisi takes you into a world where every decision cuts deep, and where a mother's devotion can either save a life or destroy it completely. It's one of those Nollywood films that leaves you asking, was it worth it? That's why Esisi firmly earns the number 2 spot on our list. And finally, we've reached number 1 on our countdown of the top 5 Odunlade Adekola movies to watch. Sitting at the very top is the powerhouse epic Onil Nila, a film that proves why Odunlade is regarded as one of Nollywood's greatest. This isn't just storytelling. It's a saga where politics, the supernatural, and forbidden love crash into each other with devastating consequences. Odunlade plays Jagun, a man whose thirst for power drives him to cross lines no mortal should ever dare. And when his fate becomes entangled with Ota, the beloved daughter of the mighty King Danladu, the story spirals into a storm of passion, betrayal, and spiritual reckoning. What makes Onile Nla so unforgettable is its scale. The world building is massive. From Jagun, a mysterious kingdom where no one dies, to the mystical Araragon market, where even fame and destiny can be bought. Every scene feels bigger than life. And yet, at its core, it's about the simple but dangerous choices of human ambition and love. Without giving too much away, Jagun's rise to power is both thrilling and chilling. Each move he makes brings him closer to the top, but also closer to a curse he cannot escape. And Ota's story, torn between loyalty to her father and her feelings for Jagun, gives the movie an emotional punch that lingers long after the credits roll. Odunlade delivers a performance that keeps you conflicted. You hate Jagun's ruthlessness, yet you can't stop watching him. His presence dominates every scene, pulling you into the tension, the romance, and the inevitable downfall. If you're looking for a film that has everything, action, mysticism, romance, and a lesson carved into every twist, Onile Nla is the one. It doesn't just earn its place at number 1, it defines it. So if you haven't seen it yet, add Onile Nla to your watch list today. Trust me, this is the Odunlade film that will stay with you long after you've watched it. And there you have it. The top 5 Odunlade Adekola movies you must watch. Each one is packed with unforgettable performances and storylines that remind us why Nollywood reigns supreme in emotional storytelling and shocking twists. Which one of these is your favorite? Did we leave out a film that you think deserves to be on the list? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next recap or ranking. Until next time, this is Naija Films Recap, where every story comes alive again.